Yo, yo, yo. It's Thursday night, the best night in car audio.
For
I'm
sure.
High Five Vega. And then you got Dean
I'm
from
Dean,
Smash Force Productions.
aka
Also, he works at a small shop,
yeah,
5-star
Five
car
Star.
stereo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This week was fun. I think we actually had like two families come by this week
Oh, really?
from out
Nice.
of town. Yeah, one guy was so excited. They were leaving town, because when you drive out of Clearwater, you to basically it's almost impossible to go out of Clearwater without seeing our shop because we're like right before the causeway to the airport.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh Jesus, there they are." So they had like 15 minutes, so they swung in and got a picture, and I was like, no, that's very cool. It's always exciting. It's one of those things. I think it's the coolest thing ever when people stop by and say hi and tell us their story or
Yeah.
whatever. It's so cool. Um, you're welcome, Melissa. And thank you for letting me know. That if that ever happens again, just DM me direct. Because I don't ever look at the comments, and I for some reason last night I looked at. So what had happened was the Instagram live show, the rebroadcast on
Yeah.
YouTube. Day 2, the audio just went crazy, and it was
Really?
weird because the footage was fine, but it just for some reason when it would do its thing, it would just so I spent like way too much time on it today trying to figure out what the hell it is. I still don't know what the hell it did, but I got it to work by like stripping the audio out of the video clip and then reinserting the clip and then a bunch of video editing bullshit. And it was only one day. The rest of it was fine. Like if you got past day 2 and on to day 3 and 4, it was okay. But yeah, it was annoying. So
And maybe it happened in the transcoding or something like that.
I don't know what it was. It was
Yeah.
weird.
That is weird.
I think it might have. So I use a software called Crumple Pop, which does it helped levelizes Fernando's voice and mine. So it looks at voices, and that day I was the only voice in the show, so it might have just had some weird like picking up background noise.
What
And
was the name of that thing again?
it's called Crumple Pop.
That sounds like the dude Joe Biden's always talking about.
Could be.
Corn
I mean, they
pop.
both pretty much fall into that category. So hoping the hell FedEx gets here before my wife. Good luck. Good luck.
There's a possibility Dean gets swept away in a hurricane right now. So
I mean, or at least the power goes. I mean, yeah. It would take a lot. I mean, from where we're at, we're actually at a pretty good. We're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
But the people down at the end of my street, not so much. But that sucks to be them.
So I decided just a few minutes ago to post a video. We're gonna side jag here, even though this isn't side jag yet. And I love posting videos that shade Android people because they get really, really sensitive about it.
Hey, what is rule number 1? If you're not on my team,
you suck.
You bet.
But I haven't found, like, I never get offended when people talk shit about Apple because I typically agree. Like, oh yeah, that does suck about Apple.
Yeah, it does. Well, why would you use it then?
Yeah,
you could switch to Android and you could have this one feature. It's so amazing.
But let me play the video so you can hear it. I think it's pretty funny. It's meant to be a troll one, anyways. But let's see if we can get them
all wound up.
Yeah, let's see.
If you have an Android phone, you're kind of signaling to the rest of the world that life hasn't panned out the way you'd hoped. Just a little bit more successful. You have an iOS. Seriously. So the reason
Dude, I know some people. Those are fighting words, bro.
Oh, there's someone going out. There's a few of them going off, man.
Yeah, dude. So it was funny. The Corolla we just got done with. The guy so him and his girlfriend own the car, and they take turns driving it. It's like, I don't know, whatever, cool.
Yeah.
And he's Android, and she's iPhone, and I'm like, how do you guys even exist in a world together?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like we're trying to get his iPhone to connect and do all this Android shit, and And I just played my phone and it had worked fine. And his Android was giving us all kind of crap. And I was like, and I just went into the radio and tapped her phone.
Yeah.
And said, all right, we're switching to her phone, and played her phone and everything went fine. And I was like, yeah, dude. And he's like, I just hate it. I'm like, I hate stuff that doesn't work too.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, listen, hey, whichever phone you go with, it's okay. At the end of the day, they all need to just make calls.
See,
I hardly know anyone with an Apple phone up here in Canada. I tried one once. They seem to be for idiots. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Dumbest people in the room, Apple guys. Hands down. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you live in Canada, so I mean that's how we started the conversation. So
right. And I would argue that I'm a Palm WebOS guy above anything. I just was forced by the unsuccessful mini launches of those phones to switch. So
I don't blame anybody but myself. I take my own accountability.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, listen, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what phone you use. It doesn't matter what sports team you go for. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter a lot of this. These are just things that are put in place to divide us as a society. And, hey, go with it, bro. I mean, just look at the car audio industry. It's the same thing. Screw Scar. Scar's the greatest.
Yeah.
Screw JP's a dick. JP's the nicest guy in the world. I mean,
you got both sides. Yeah.
You got both. Kicker sucks. Rockford's better. Rockford sucks. Kicker's better.
Right, yeah.
JL, screw them all. We're the gods. I mean, it's hilarious. It doesn't.
The funny part to me is they're very sensitive from a position of power. Most people have Android phones. Now, if you're going one phone overall, then yeah, there's more iPhones than any other phone. But Android in general.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. They like single phone sales, iPhone beats them all. But as far as user base,
I mean, I can get the exact numbers. I know the lady that makes all the phones.
There you go. But their Android is overwhelmingly the operating system of choice for phones. So they are in the position of power. Most people use Android.
There goes.
Oh, Dean, the power went out.
Yeah, it's back. Can you see me?
There you go. Yeah, I can see you now.
Yeah. No, it went out for a second. Yeah. So we have our Wi-Fi on an APC, but there's still a little lag. So yeah, the lights went out and heard the buzzing noise, and here we are.
The Android guys heard, dude. The Android. I'm surprised.
It's because of India. No, good call. Well, and China. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, for sure. I mean, hey, listen. I don't care what phone you use. I don't care how great your camera is. It's the user that defines what's in their hands. Okay, that's it. It is the user that defines everything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
I just like to poke it. I like when I see.
Well, you got to poke the bear.
I like poking at them.
Yeah. Green bubble, blue bubble.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Trust me. We'll be at conferences, and I was at one with Vegas, and McNulty comes over to me, and he goes, green or blue bubble, and I'm like, I didn't even know what the hell he was talking about. He's like, green or blue bubble, and I go, I don't know. Green sounds cool. I like green. He goes, you're not green. You're blue. I'm like, what the frick are we talking about? Yeah. And he goes, you're an iPhone user.
That is
the ultimate.
A freaking travesty that they do that, man. That's so disruptive, in my opinion. And they said it was going to be open from the beginning. But anyways, we're here to talk about car audio.
Well, I mean, it's almost like the thing because you said wrong vehicle, or I bought the wrong vehicle for the system. Let's figure it out. I mean, you made poor life choices somewhere along the road.
I do every time. I do it on purpose. I make it harder.
Yeah,
just because
most people buy the wrong system for the car because I feel the more important or the more expensive thing is the tipping point. So I bought a really expensive system. I have a cheap car. Okay, well you bought the wrong car for this system. You got a real expensive car and a cheap system. Okay, yeah. But
so I did get the Gladiator like we talked about before.
Oh, did you get one?
I got the Gladiator. It's in hand. I'll be driving it to Side Jag Dimension that we will both be at finals along with Fernando. There's going to be a bunch of people up there.
Yes.
So here's the thing. I got a 2024 for $2,000 more dollars than it would have cost me to get a 2022 or 2023 with 30 or 40,000 miles on it.
Wow.
So I got the 12-inch screens are very nice.
Yes.
They just don't make anything to integrate with it yet.
The Amp Pro will work.
The Amp Pro will work.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. They have the new Amp Pro. There's whatever the new 34 something. The new one that just came out is for the current iteration of the 2024.
Perfect. I seen that Metra has the T harness already for the 2024.
Yeah, but no, it's if you go to pack-audio.com, type it in, or just type in APYCH. There's going to be 3 of them listed. The one with the higher numbers for the newer vehicle.
Okay.
So
I got the granite stone gray color.
So the box should fit, but obviously you won't need a high 10 now.
Right. Yeah, the box, and I looked, the box should fit fine.
Yeah. So we'll bring you the box.
I watched the video. I was like, all right, I'm going to watch the video. And explaining this current system that's in it, I can't think of a better explanation what you had of someone talking like this.
Yeah.
And that's
so you didn't get that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what it sounds like. I mean, it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the easiest thing, I mean, there again, the nice thing is you could just slap some 3.5s in the dash. Be good to go. Is it the premium audio system or is it the base audio?
I got the base model.
All right, yeah. So
I didn't even got power windows.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, you could just pick up any 3.5s, throw them in the dash, and they'll be great.
Yeah.
I mean, kickers. I wouldn't do the audio controls because the ohm load is not going to be conducive for that particular system.
Yeah.
Because those factory speakers should be 8 ohm.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons. Yeah, you don't want to do the audio controls unless you have the premium on. So base audio 8 ohm, premium audio 2 ohm. Welcome to the world that I live in. Yay. So yeah, it's a yeah, but no, you could get, and honestly, until all the parts come out for the car, like new buckets and all the sound bar and all that crap that everybody's working on right now, I would just grab 2 pairs of 3.5s and swap them out. Like that, a small amp on the box, you'll be happy. Like,
well, see, I want, what I would like to do is run the Audison in there.
Oh, you still have that?
Yeah, I still got the Audison.
I thought you sold that.
I gave it to a buddy and he ended up he wanted a different setup, so I got it back.
So, okay, yeah, you can do that.
But they make adapter plates. Here's the thing. Now, I've noticed already. I will say that I hated the idea of the knee placement where the speaker is.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, as a mid bass, they seem okay.
No, they're not.
This up here, dude. I want to put sound deadening on every square inch of the inside of it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It is. I mean, it's got 4.5-inch mid bass up there, and if you play a song, I mean, it's actually the system's got decent mid bass, just zero highs whatsoever.
Right,
and it just rattles like an old '87 Chevelle.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, and it just like
that's why Rockford built their new. That's why they made a sound bar, because they wanted something that was more rigid. Because everybody cuts that too, which is great. So, I get it. A lot of people. The Jeep was never made to sound good. The Jeep was just made to be loud. Because if following that logic, we wouldn't even bother to change it. We'd leave the 4s and the 3.5s back there and call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, here, all right. I'm not going to talk you out of the Forza, but I'm going to try to talk you out of the Forza. Only because no matter what you do in this thing, like I would definitely get the Amp Pro. Okay.
Right.
Well, actually, no, you can't get the Amp Pro. So until you do a full. So here's the thing. Amp Pro won't work until you get a whole system, right? So reality is it doesn't sound that bad, okay? And you can this is like the quickest easy upgrade ever that actually will sound fantastic. if you just put the 3.5s in, you can actually, you don't even have to, you can like the 3.5 in the top, you can tap right there to get your feed wire for the subwoofer. You don't have to go grab another speaker. So literally when you pop the speaker out, you can tap it right there because it's a full bandwidth signal that's right there at the top of the dash.
That was my other question, yeah.
Feed it into the sub amp, you know, a key lock, a key 501, you're done. Just don't even fuck with it for the time being. Yeah. I mean, if it were me and I just bought the thing, I would be like, I want to do the simplest thing in this to make it have better sound. 4 3.5s, an amp on subs, walk away from it for a while, let everyone else catch up, you know, because the problem is like, let's say you do the Forza 8.9. You're going to have to pull the soundbar out and run new wiring up to it because there's only 2 wires going up to it. So you got to pull that whole thing apart. You got to pull way more of that vehicle apart than you want to for it being a brand new vehicle. Sounds like a terrible idea. And at the end of the day, the Forza amp isn't that good. It kind of sucks. It's okay, but it's 35 watts by 8.
No, this one's that's the Prima 8.9.
So you got the 8. So it's the F 8.9.
Yeah, it's 85 watts at 4 ohms or something.
Yeah, so it's a little better, but still, it's not worth the headache. I personally would wait. I wouldn't even bother to put that in.
Well, I probably won't touch the system at all until I'm ready to put it all in.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I mean, I could do the 3.5s, but I'm telling you, like, here's the thing: I'm taking that sound bar off no matter what because I cannot deal with those rattles. That is
but that's what I'm saying. The nice thing is, take the covers off.
Yeah.
Take the speakers out, sound treat it, put the new 3.5s in, screw it back on.
Yeah.
You know, put some sound treatment on the actual grill itself and probably some foam. Do the dash speakers, add the sub and an amp.
Yeah.
It'll take you a day and it'll sound 100 times better than it does now.
Sure.
And it won't make you feel bad about taking the car apart.
Yeah.
You know. So, I mean, that's just what I mean. Unless you're going to go full stupid on it, it's not worth putting that amp in. I would probably talk the customer out of it.
Well, and I could get a different amp too. I mean, I'm not married to the amp. I just have that amp on.
Right.
But you plug it in, program it, and yeah. I mean, I'm not. I watched the dashboard. There's only 2 videos that show the dashboard teardown of that.
Right.
And it's involved to get those 4-inch out of there.
Oh yeah, we know. It's the same. That part of the dash is more or less the same.
Right. Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would keep it simple, but
do
whatever you like.
Well, I want level control. I want crossovers. I want some EQ other than bass, mid, and treble.
No, I get it.
That's the part that gets me because it's just so like I don't think I've ever had a system this bad and it's a brand new vehicle, and I don't think any vehicle I've had has had a system that's this poor. So it can be. I like the dash location for the speakers. I think the 3.5s would sound great up there.
Yeah,
I'm not even super mad about the 4s in the knee panel. I'd like to get 6s up there, 6.5s at some point when they have the. I think Metro already makes some because I was looking around.
For the I don't know I don't know what changed. We haven't seen a lot of the 2024s in because most people want to do the soundbar stuff first, which I always laugh at. So,
and I could see why, because the soundbar really sucks. Like, I don't think the drivers are horrible. Of course, no tweeter sucks, but it's just the enclosure that sucks.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, they're having fun. I mean, Amp Pro working there. You can plug it in. You got a lot of wiring you're gonna have to run.
Right.
You're gonna have to run four pairs of wires up to each one of the 3.5s.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think it's worth it.
Do they have? Yeah. That's right. So if you've done the Amp Pro, there's no way to run speed wire from the
There's only 4 wires ran in the car. There's 8 speakers and 4 wires.
Okay, so they're all in they're parallel then, I guess, for the forum load.
Yeah. So you'd have to that's what I'm saying. You'd have to run 2 new wires up to the soundbar, 2 pairs of new wires up to the soundbar, pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks. And then that's why I always go the coaxial up there, because running wires up there is just miserable.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to run. And see, the thing you got to remember is when you do the Amp Pro in a non-amplified system, it's reflashing the radio to amplified, so it takes it to 2-channel audio with no voltage, no volume control.
Right.
The volume control is so you can't keep anything after that. So, you could just take the Forza and put it on the sound bar and EQ the whole thing with 2 channels to it, but you couldn't go active.
Right. So, right. And I'm not super worried. I'm not trying to get an SQ system in there. I just want better than what it is.
Yeah.
And I guess I could fade it to the front as is.
I mean, you could also be like silly and just see what the ohm load is behind the radio and turn the 8-channel into a 4-channel and just run a 4-channel active or 4-channel passive and just re-EQ it after the fact instead of going active on it. Just make it super loud.
Right. Well, if we're getting full signal out of the 3.5.
Well, the 3.5 will have a cap on it.
Right.
So if you're going to amplify it, you're going to put a cap on it. There's going to be a pop because Class Ds don't like capacitors.
Right.
So that is the one suck. So when using the factory system, you leave the capacitor off because there's already a high pass filter and they're not great, but enough to where it's not, you're not going to blow your 3.5s.
Right.
Yeah. But
yeah, we'll see. I might wait till more stuff comes out. I mean, I can do the 3s, no problem. That's easy enough to do, and deaden the soundbar in place. But to add the sub, I have to see what amp. I guess I could get a 500.
So I think Metro I think the current amp rack that Metro makes fits underneath the front seat. But you never know.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, not right now. There's nothing for that car yet.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. I brought the wrong vehicle for a system right now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been out for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been out since last year, but I guess it just hasn't got popular yet. Although there is
no, it's popular. It's just everyone is finally just getting their hands on them.
Right.
Because you got to remember something like a Jeep. When the new one comes out, the old one, everyone, guys are going to sell their old ones. The aftermarket Jeep business is just phenomenal, especially here. But no, everyone is anxious, but they're also like, what do the people want? So, as far as the 2024 goes, you can still add a subwoofer to it. So the sub enclosures are the same. The overall exterior of the vehicle hasn't changed. The dash has changed. The data bus changed. So PAC just released that. Everyone is working on a soundbar adapter right now because they know that's going to be great. There's a couple guys that are 3D printing them right now.
Yeah.
So which honestly, I've never liked the soundbar where you mount the speaker on the outside and you see the grill that we do a ton of those.
Yeah.
I've always hated them.
Yeah.
There's other people that make nicer ones that actually retain some of the factory look, which I think is way cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what comes that way. I'm sure Metro is working on it right now because they're a plastics company. So anything plastic is top of their list, man. They're just mowing away on it as quick as they can. There again, it just hasn't been a vehicle where people are just coming in to get stuff done on yet.
Right. Well, I know that they have like a 6.5 component metal plate. They have a 6x9 metal plate for the soundbar.
For the new soundbar?
For the new soundbar. I'm looking and I'm putting in the actual 2024 to make sure. So, and then they have their own factory looking grill.
Who's making that?
So that was on. There's a. Let me see who's making it, because there's a website called Extreme Terrain.
Yeah.
And they're just a Jeep outfitter.
As I say, it's got to be some small company.
Yeah.
Because the mainstream guys haven't gotten around to it yet.
Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, this one doesn't say. It doesn't even say who made them. Yep. It's got to be a one-off. But yeah, that's the only place I found them so far.
Yeah.
And then MB Corp makes a bunch of stuff for the new one, but
not for the 2024.
Yeah.
You sure?
From their website and from this one, it says compatible. Now that could be wrong.
I think it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you should be able to look at the picture of it, because yours has that teardrop shape to it.
Right.
And like, even when you go to Crutchfield, they still show the Alpine is compatible with the 2024. I had to argue with the guy for 20 minutes about that. I'm like, dude, it's not the same thing. Like, look at the freaking picture. Well, it says it. I go,
yeah.
And this guy would not stop. I go, I'm going to go walk into the back. I'm going to go grab a set of these. I'm going to walk out of here. I'm going to show you how they don't fit. Because I got to be honest with you, I'm really tired of arguing with you right now.
Because none of the big guys make the adapters. So that must be their own, or they're buying it from somebody small or something like that.
The Rockford system is sweet. The Rockford system will not fit in a 2024.
Right.
So, yeah. Even, iData doesn't even have their 2024 yet, which I'm sure they're working on, because Rockford is working on their 2024 upgrade to their kit. So, that was one of those things where they finally get the kit out, and then Jeep goes and changes it the same year.
Right. Yeah. And they're going to have a slight tweak for 2025 as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, because Dodge is changing their data bus. So the 2024 kept the same data bus as the 2023. They just went to the new harness.
They're doing the new Uconnect 6 or whatever on the 2025.
Yeah, so 2025 is actually getting the system that is in the Grand Wagoneer.
Yeah.
That no one is making an adapter for yet. So the new Rams have that system already for 2025. So who knows when Pack will come out with that piece.
Well, and it's crazy, like Christian says, typically most other vehicles, 2025 models, would be out. This could be part of COVID. It could just be Stellantis epically failing as they are. But they're not out yet.
The Rams are, because we've
the Rams, yeah.
But like, even Ford is changing their data bus in 2025. So the new 2025 A to B system is going to be different than everything previous. So, but most people don't update their car the minute they get it, and the ones that do are going to expect to pay.
Right.
So, I always look at those guys and I'm like, dude, you just literally bought a brand new style vehicle. What are you expecting? I mean, it's like nobody's even looked at this thing yet. They haven't got their hands on it. You just got it off the truck. You have like the first one. I mean, what are you expecting us to do with this thing? You're gonna pay out the ass because there's nothing available, and we're just gonna have to rig a bunch of shit to make it work.
What's crazy? There's a speaker kit of a company I never heard. It's like Terra something.
Mm-hmm.
And they make a 3.5 component set, basically, that goes up there. It's a 3.5 mid base, and then you have the inline with a tweeter, and they give you a new cover with the tweeter built in.
Yeah, I've seen them all the time.
Yeah, and I'd never heard of those until
tweeter sounds like shit.
The whole thing looks like it's the cheapest thing you get from Matasound.
Oh, it is. It's the cheapest. Yeah. Like I had a guy come in the other day with one of those, and I go, "Oh, you already bought some of these, huh?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was the best improvement ever. I'm sure it was, but
I'm sure it's an improvement.
Do we have to keep these? Do
right.
You still have your old grills?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure it's an improvement for people that don't understand audio, and they're like, they just put them in like, "Oh shit, I got a tweeter now. This is great compared to what I had before." But
which is fine. I mean, you know,
yeah,
and Wet Sounds just came out with their Jeep kit, which has their tweeters that they aim towards you. And it's like, and I remember talking to those guys and being like, "Are you putting a 3.5 in there?" It's like, "Why would we do that? We've made our own pods, and our tweeter aims right at you." And I go, "Oh,
nice.
okay."
Yeah,
I mean, I get it. You know, they got a really cool box for their Wrangler,
right.
but I mean, I still look at it and I'm like, I don't know. I guess my Jeep customer, I got to go to one. What I need to do is just go to one of these Jeep events,
Yeah,
just see what these people are asking for. Because like our customers aren't asking for any of this silly shit.
yeah.
You know, but whatever.
Well, and that's like that 4 that's in the sound bar. I wouldn't even want to replace that because it by itself is already too much
Yeah.
space for that enclosure. So I couldn't imagine putting 6x9s in there if you didn't treat it or anything.
Well, the 6x9, there's no airspace for a 6x9. That's the problem.
Yeah,
You know, that's the same problem in the sound bar as well as the Bronco. The 6.5 is fine. Like there's enough air in that whole chamber for a
right.
6.5. It's not terrible. But you're still crossing it over at like 110. You're not playing it down to 80 hertz. That's just dumb.
You'd have to, yeah.
Yeah, because the whole thing will rattle. You know, and that's the same thing with the Bronco. It's like, why are we tearing out these 4-inch to put in a 6.5 in a box that's barely big enough to fit a 4-inch?
Right.
Like, there's no advantage to doing that. It's not there. You know,
Yeah.
properly cross over the 4s, get a nice set, let them play out. They'll do their job. You know.
Yeah. Well,
How many rubber ducks? Oh yeah, rubber ducks.
No, we're not doing the rubber ducks. I did get my first Jeep Wave today, so
yeah, you guys.
That's a thing now.
Oh, it's all a thing, man.
Yeah,
the rubber ducks but you got to do some stuff. You got to get wheels and tires and step rails.
I am getting, like I said, I got the base model, no keyless entry. I'm gonna put that in. I already looked at that, but here's the reason why: because they just got these 2024s in. They had 2 base models, so I picked the color I want. No power windows. I was fine with that. It's pretty close. But the next step up, so I paid $35 for this one, brand new, with 9 miles on it.
That's cool.
It was going to cost me $35 for the other one I was looking at with 30,000 miles, and it was a 2023 model. But the next step up was 43,000. So it's an $8,000 difference to the next closest one they had. And actually 35 was cheaper than I seen anywhere else.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And so to get the other stuff, I still wouldn't have had the Alpine system, but I would have had power windows and power door, keyless entry. And
so it has power locks, though?
No.
It doesn't have power locks.
No. Manual locks, but they sell a kit already for it. It's $400 for 4 doors. All you're doing is putting an actuator in there.
They come with the mounts for the actuators?
Yep.
And the wiring that you have to fish through the
little thing.
The boot? Yeah.
Yep. And it plugs into the thing. I've seen some knuckleheads do it, so I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. And then you run one power lead up to the battery.
Okay.
So I'm going to put that in there. They're going to be cable locks. That's the only thing. And I didn't notice. When I test drove it, I didn't even think about it not having keyless entry because I'm so used to it. Even in the old Trooper,
right?
I was totally aware of the windows. I was like, yeah, that's fine. For $8,000, I'm fine with that. And the other caveat was I wanted a soft top.
Okay.
So the soft top limited my choices right away, unless I wanted to buy one and then later buy a soft top.
Yeah.
But that kind of, because I wanted the soft top because it's like a true convertible at that point.
Right.
It's 2 hooks and it rolls back. And
I mean, the reality is it's a Jeep. They're going to make every accessory underneath the sun for it. It's literally the car that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anything you're going to want to do to it, you can do to it.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, that is the one, you know, like buying a Jeep is like buying a remote control car when you were a kid. You know, because you just bought all the, like, I'm gonna buy some purple screws for it. I'm gonna get the different shocks. I want the green springs. Ooh, look at those wheels. I want those wheels. You know, oh, I'm gonna get a new body for it and paint it a different color. You know, it's like,
yeah.
It's just there's so much to do to it. Like, oh wait, you got the shitty plastic bumpers. You got to get the big metal bumpers.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I think I'm gonna stick with the. They got a bunch of cool shit, and it's not that expensive as I expected it to be.
It's that's the thing.
Yeah,
that's why Jeeps are great.
Yeah.
Because no, it's like the if I ever bought a Jeep, the first thing it's got to go, the plastic bumpers got to go.
Yeah,
those are terrible. You know, you got to spend way too much money on wheels and tires because the ones that come with are way too skinny and silly looking.
Mhm.
So you got to get new wheels and tires. Nothing crazy, just new wheels and tires. Something fatter. You know, I don't necessarily need bigger or whatnot. You know, I want the body of my Jeep to look like if there's a zombie apocalypse, like y'all can come at me, bitch.
Yeah.
No, I'm tearing some shit up, bro.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the good thing about the base model is the bumper doesn't have the extra pieces on it.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure because they say that you can do 33 1250s, which is I've already ordered wheels and tires because I have Steelies. I have the Steelies on it with the 31 highway tires on it. But since it doesn't have the extra, I'm pretty sure this could fit without a lift at all. I think it could do 35s, but I don't want that. I just got 33 1250s, a little bit wider, about an inch and a half taller.
Yeah, you don't need anything crazy. You just need something that's wider so it throws mud all over the car because it's a Jeep. It's got to be muddy.
Exactly.
You know, got to get rid of the. So, and there again, there's a list of, you know, when we have Jeeps come in and you look at all the parts that are on it, it's like, ooh, that's cool. I like that. Oh, that's neat. You know, oh, this bumper's badass. You know, like Jesus Christ, nothing's gonna touch me with this thing. So, I mean, I'm just a paranoid guy when I park. So, you know, if I get something like that, I'm just gonna, I'd probably even get the metal plates to go on the door so we ain't dinging shit. You know, like diamond plate the fuck out of this thing. You know, bitch, come at me.
I got the wheels. I'm gonna do just a level kit, so there's no rake on it. You know, they put a rake on them for towing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's a 1.5 inch drop from the back to the front.
Ooh, yeah.
They sell a kit that just levels it out. So that's all I want. I don't want to lift on it.
No,
just leveled out those tires, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I did order because it's a base model. It doesn't have no stickers, Gladiator stickers or anything. So ordered a pair for the hood to just say it. So
just leave the stickers off, man.
No, I'm putting them on. I got to do it, man.
It's so gay.
Yeah, got to.
I would wait because you might want to name it something else. I mean, that's the joy of owning a Jeep.
Yeah.
Fuck, you know, name it something cooler than a Gladiator.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Assassinator.
Oh, dude, there's so much.
It's the gray. Gray.
It's the darker gray. Yeah.
Just call it fucking the wife hater.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Oh, there you go. The rough country.
There you go. The one I got was from the extreme terrain. That's what I ordered. Actually, I haven't seen it. I think I ordered it. I haven't seen it came through yet. So maybe I didn't order it yet.
See, when I buy, so here's my problem. When I buy a new car, I give myself 6 months to do whatever I'm going to do to it.
Yeah.
And then if I don't do it in the 6 months, I know I'm never going to do it again. Like, I wanted to get a new grill for my car because I really don't like the grill on my car. I hate it because the bottom and top grill don't match. I did the rear. I did all the little things around the outside, wheels and tires and everything like that, but I never got to the grill in the engine compartment. I added the struts because I didn't need struts for $50.
Right.
But I never got to the grill. And now that it's 3 years down the road, it's like I'm never gonna do it. You know, because
that's probably exactly how it's gonna be with me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the initial round of mods, and then unless something just totally pops out later, that's it.
Yeah, I see. That's the thing. It's like I feel like on a Jeep, I don't know if I'd ever be done with it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like there's so much shit to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I would never own a Jeep because they're just noisy and
it is noisy, especially with the soft top.
Yeah. I mean, I drive a convertible. I know what it sounds
like,
but I don't have road noise to deal with, like ooh from the tires.
And then I picked the tires that had the lowest road noise that were rated for this style of tire. So we'll see. You never know with online reviews,
Yeah.
And as they wear down, they get worse. So,
I mean, so I've always told if I was ever to buy anything, other than like the total comfort car for me was if I was going to buy anything that like just like, oh, I don't have to worry about shit. I want a pickup truck that's painted in rhino liner, the whole thing, the whole outside, because I've seen them. They're freaking cool.
Yeah,
I've seen a couple Toyotas where they've taken like a Tacoma, rhino line the whole thing, like tan rhino liner.
Yeah,
it looks so good, and it's bulletproof now, and it's parking lot proof. Put some, not crazy tires on, jack it up a little bit, some step bars, a mean front end, probably get the camper back, not like just the cage for the back, that I could put.
Oh, like the one you put your gas, so you can put the gas cans.
Yeah, the Overlander bullshit stuff. Yeah, I like that. That'd be cool. Just make it like totally impractical for like driving it back and forth to work. It's like it's not. What are you gonna do with that? Nothing. I live in Florida.
Exactly.
Just in case the world ends.
Well, this Jeep's definitely going to be a mall crawler situation. It might do some very light off-roading, but now the off-road vehicle is the Trooper now. I won't be driving the Trooper daily. So the Trooper's got a lift on it. I actually rhino-lined the whole bottom half of it. So it was two-tone, and it was just really fading. It was like gold before. So it's black rhino line. So it's ready. Like it's ready to go off-road.
Oh, yeah.
So now that's the one. Like if we're going to tear it up, we'll likely drive the Jeep in there maybe. But yeah, all Gladiators are 4x4. Yeah. Even the base model.
But you need that. I mean, where you live, you totally need that. It got snow every now and then.
Yeah, definitely.
A 3500 GMC full rhino liner. Oh my gosh, that's too much truck for me. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's way too much truck for me. I don't think I can handle that. I know I couldn't. It's funny too because I drove a Ram, 3 different Rams. So I think I had like almost 15 years. I drove a Ram.
Yeah,
I could not see myself driving a full size pickup truck.
No, that was part of the reason why I ended on the Gladiator.
They go crazy or they cost money, or they expect the world for $200. Well, I mean, I feel like that's kind of everybody. I mean, Melissa, I mean, you know that. I mean, we have the same thing with you. It's funny too because like you'll see the factory Jeeps roll up in the parking lot with no mods. Yeah, and just look at them and go, what is that here for?
Right.
What are we doing to that? And then they'll be the ones like, we're doing a full audio upgrade. And you're like, really? Like, yeah, I'm doing this first. And you're like, oh, all right, man.
They're all in.
You'll see the freaking overlanding gothic Jeeps from hell show up. They're like, hey, man, what can you do to my Jeep for like $1,000?
Yeah.
And like, you just give me $1,000. I'll tell you it sounds better and you can leave.
Exactly.
I mean,
I'll put a couple 3.5s in there for you.
Yeah. You got $10,000 worth of tires and you're worried like, what can I do for $1,000?
Yeah.
I'll tell you to fuck yourself. I mean, come on, man. Really? Your tires are louder than anything I can put in there for $1,000.
Yeah.
Well, I saw this DS18 soundbar for like $500. Could I put that in there? And you're like, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's like the MB Court one. I can't imagine how horrid those sound.
Oh, they're crazy.
Yeah.
So we had a guy in a Gladiator that did that first. So he got the 8-inch camo one. He got like a closeout from DS18. So we bought the box.
Yeah.
We put 4 8-inch kicker marine speakers in it with lights because he wanted the lights. We covered up the holes for the tweeters because those are stupid. I'm not putting those in there. And then I don't remember what we ran. And then we just did that. And we just like a sub underneath the back seat. And the front was factory.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, this is perfect. Because I go to a lot of parades. This is for parades. I said, okay, whatever, man. So I said, all right, well, when you're ready to do the front, come see me.
Yeah.
Because literally you turn it on and everything was just.
It's like
it was on your ears, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you hit your head on it. You'd be smacking your head when you get into the car.
Oh, heck.
It hangs down so low. So he finally came back And I think we put some like we put some SPL show tweeters in the dash and some shows and then powered that on like a key or something. It was like the loudest shit we could put in there. Coaxials. I mean, it was just crazy stupid. Nothing like I've seen, because I mean there's guys that just go full stupid.
Right.
But he wanted tastefully stupid. So I was like, okay, cool. Which is fine. It's like, I don't care. I mean, sure. I mean, because we've had some guy, and they're really like, dude, we get some people to show up like they wanted just a normal system, and these and they'll agree to some stupid shit, and these guys will come in and like I just like you just look at the stuff and you're like, oh my god, dude, like just throw a match at this for God's sakes. You're so bad.
Yeah, we already talked about the Terra acoustics. Now I will say the presentation and the kit and everything, like in the videos that people put them in, they thought of everything in that sense. But they also used, to me, I can't guarantee because I haven't used them, but you've touched them. They look like the cheapest speakers you can get, like Matasound or Parts Express.
They probably are.
Yeah. I
mean, the nice thing about China is you can get anything you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to look pretty. Old gear that's still good from 9/11. No, everything goes back to the customers. We don't. I mean, the customers do.
Yeah.
But I don't keep anything, man. Dude, we keep nothing. When we strip a system, it all goes into the corner, and then when we're done, we will take that pile of shit that we took out of their car,
take it back,
set it in the back of the car or the truck bed or whatever. They get everything back, because for one, I want them to know that we took all that shit out,
right,
and put all new shit in. Because if you don't, you get a guy's like, where's all the stuff you took out? Oh, we threw it in the trash can. Well, let me see the trash can. I don't want to have that awkward conversation. So I just,
you don't want to have the shit that you're not going to do anything with, just taking a room in your shop.
Well, no, and we tell them, hey, look, if you go that way, there's a big green dumpster. You can dump all the stuff you don't want in. We don't care. You're more than welcome to dump it in. It's okay. You won't get in trouble.
Yeah.
So, but no, everything goes back. We don't want to. I don't even want empty boxes, man.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I know.
Oh, dude. This industry creates so much trash. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like, we give everything back. I don't want nothing.
Yeah. You gotta do it.
I as I get older, I keep less and less stuff. Like, I would like, a lot of these harnesses, like when you buy like an iData harness, it comes with like 6 other harnesses that you don't need.
Right.
Like I would throw that stuff in a bin. If you go back and watch like early 5-star videos, you see all these Pioneer boxes up on the shelves, and those were all parts boxes. And each one of them had like labels and parts that were in them, and now they're gone. We don't have any. We have one shelf of parts in the far corner above the bathroom door. I think there's like 8 or 10 bins that are there.
Yeah.
I think there's one above Fernando's that has foam in it, and there's another one over by him that has factory speaker harnesses in it, for plugging in to that. Other than that, it's like, and I think the 10 that we have above the door, we've, one of them stores like our extra ferrules, extra heat shrink, because you got to buy a bunch of that shit.
Yeah.
I think there's one of them has like grill cloth. One of them has some classic crap, like some old radio and some old EQ and stuff like that. I think another one might have casters in it for some dumb reason. Like all the toolboxes came with casters, and we didn't use some of them, so we kept all that shit. Because it's like, hey, you might need that. Probably not.
Yeah.
But I just want to I throw everything away. So we have one bin that sits next to the dyno, and that's Paul's bin. And that's the bin that gets all the stuff that we know Paul would be interested in.
Right.
So like we do a lot of amplifier kits, and we don't use the RCAs that come in the kit. I grab Stinger 4000s. And so he keeps all of that stuff and resells it, because I don't, it's easier to buy the kit with the fuse holder and all the parts in it than to just do it a la carte. So he likes doing it that way. It's easier for him to manage, and he doesn't care what we use. So, because if it comes with one RC, I'm not going to use that RC. I might need a 6-footer or a 12-footer or a 3-footer. I might need a 6-channel. So it's like, we just grab what we need. You sell scrap wire to the recycle center. I've never done it, but Fernando, I think, has done it twice. And we used to have a handyman that would come help us, and we would give it to him. But he fell off the face of the earth, and no idea what happened to him. So
drugs, probably drugs.
I'm sure.
It's always drugs.
It's always drugs. We need our trash can that we have is full now, and we've kind of started what I really want to do is get rid of it, and then I have a new system that we want to put in place because we have a lot of twisted wire that we make. And we can never gauge it properly because you never figure out how much you're going to shrink.
Right. Yeah.
So you always make too much. And so then I've like, hey, let's just keep these pieces and we'll put them in this bin. So we have one bin that's just scrap twisted wires. So when Fernando's doing wires across the dash, or we just have some we'll go up front, grab a couple colors of that, and we'll use that.
Have you ever thought about doing a bunch and just rolling it up on one of the old rolls?
No, I don't know.
It probably doesn't stay good long, huh? Yeah,
it would probably unwind, and plus it gets kinked and all that other stuff. It's not it's not fun to do. Twisting wires together sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, trying to be cool sucks. I could do 4 runs of regular wire all day long. I just don't like the way it looks.
Yeah,
I just hate that. Ugh. It's just I like color coordinated wire.
Yeah,
easily serviceable. I hate just running 4 runs of speaker wire that's like, oh, so this one is red and black, that one's red and black, that one's red and black. Oh, look, that one's red and black. Stinger back in the 90s used to sell their speaker wire in purple, green, gray, and white.
Mm-hmm.
So you could buy it that way. We used to buy it that way, but then they're like, no, we just have like black now, or white. Black. I think they just have black and white.
Yeah.
It's like
you can have any color you want as long as it's black or white.
Yeah. So I was like, screw it. We have a roll. We have a couple. I think we have 2 rolls of 16 gauge that we get from Metro now. So it's like T-Spec or Tsunami or something. And it'll last almost all year.
Yeah.
Because even like when we're doing a sub, it's 12 gauge, but I use primary wire 12 gauge and sleeve it because I feel it gives me a better cable. It's more flexible because it's not 2 wires stuck like this that don't want to bend, so it's going to bend this way only. If we do our wire, you can do whatever you want with it. So, if you want to coil it up and put it in the corner because you're taking your subwoofer out, it just makes a much nicer cable to do. That's the stupid shit that keeps me up at night.
Well, the companies that make the twisted wire, it's not great. Like the new concepts, they do it in their speaker wire, but then they put a jacket this thick all the way around. It's like, you turn this into 4 gauge. Like, who's going to use it? Why? Because it's 12 gauge, but they twist it and they put a big ass jacket on it, and it's the same size as run a speed wire.
And there again, we had that back in the 90s from Amp. Stinger used to make that. And they used to make it in purple and blue, and that was your left and right. One was purple, one was blue, and they sold little ends to put over it, and you could make tips. Yeah. I might even still have. I think that's actually what runs my rear speakers here, is that stuff, because we were like, we couldn't get rid of it. And at the time when I was at AVE, he was like, why don't you take that stuff? Because we're never going to use it. Like, you guys refuse to use it. Customers don't want to buy it. I said, okay, I don't care. It's just going to go on my ceiling. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So
why not?
Some guys use like what we'd call marine wire, which is just wire with a white sleeving over it. A lot of guys like to use that, which... that's cool because it's already twisted, which is black and red. So black and red with a white sleeving. It has like a piece of dental floss down it, so you can just go and cut the sleeving off, which is cool.
Yeah.
But the one thing so Pack now, because they make all the T harnesses, they make a T harness extension kit that has 2 sets of white, gray, green, purple, which is fantastic.
Right, I just seen that when I was looking.
Yeah, I just keep forgetting to grab that.
Yeah.
When we got done with the Corolla, I was like, damn it. And Fernando's like, what? I was like, dude, we have the cool wire all set up and ready to go. Because I'm over there pulling speed wire and twisted shit. And I was like, I could have just used that, dumbass. You know, because it hasn't. It's like I need to take a bag of it and just set it on the shelf so it falls into rotation.
Right.
You know, because you just get set in your ways. And that one hasn't clicked yet. You know, it's kind of dumb, but Sage actually sells that kit where they'll put a TR4 in it. Yeah. So the remote turn on will actually work, and then they re-sleeve it in braiding, so you can plug it into they'll say the whole thing. So it's a Ford kit, and you plug it into the back of the radio, and then it generates its own remote turn on because it's got a TR4 in it, which is just basically DC offset. Right. And because somebody brought us one of those to install, and I was like, the hell is this? I called Sage, and Sage was like, you're stupid. You know, like, damn it. You know, so right. Yeah. Oh well.
All right. So to recap the system,
yes,
2 pairs of 3.5s. Do you have a preference on them? I know there's Kicker, there's Hertz DC, the DG, and then there's like the Kenwoods, and what else did I see? The Illusion Audio supply is gone. They're gone. Dude, I looked because obviously, like if I'm gonna pick a 3.5, that's where I would love to go. But
yeah, I have a set, but
yeah,
they're gonna die in the box.
There you go.
I might need them at some point. I don't know when.
Might.
I might. No, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, just get somebody's 3.5. We use a lot of the Kenwoods, just because, you know, but it doesn't matter.
I know. I wish Morel they only make a 4.
Yeah,
because that would be the ideal.
So here's the problem. All right, so here's the problem. The high end guys all say that they can't make a 3.5 coaxial.
Really?
And I'll look at them and go, like, literally, we've been making 3.5-inch coaxials since the 70s.
Right.
Like, dude, every car had a 3.5-inch coaxial. Like, here's 100 different 3.5-inch coaxials. We can't do it. We can't make one that sounds good. Everybody makes one that sounds good. No, they're not good. What do you mean they're not good? Illusion made one that sounded fantastic for $750. Oh no, yeah, we just our sound engineers. I'm like, you guys are fucking.
And then there's a couple cool ones that have tweeters that stick out too far.
Oh, for sure.
And it's like,
dude, listen, back in the 90s, early 2000s, the Pioneer 3.5s, that whatever that one was back then. Oh my god, we sold those things, boatloads of those, because every Buick, Chevy, that box Chevy car it came in, every one of those got a freaking Pioneer 3.5 in the dash, because Pioneer was smart enough to sink their 3.5 in, so they put the grill back on. It's like,
dude, you want to know what I was really thinking? So here, just Audio Frog makes a 3 with all the adapters, right?
Yeah.
I totally consider getting that with an Audio Frog tweeter and just modifying my grills or buying new grills to modify with a cap in place. But I don't know. I think a coaxial will suffice.
I mean, the Kenwoods are shallow. We use, like I said, we use a lot of the Kenwoods. I'm sure the Kicker RS 3.5.
They say that those will fit the KS or what?
KS, whatever. Yeah,
I went to Crutchfield as a loose guide, and there's a few of them that won't fit, and there's the DG will fit. That they say, and I pretty much trust what they say. They typically do their research.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a fan of the Infinity ones. Yeah, I've never liked those. I don't know why. They just never have sounded good.
Yeah.
And the only experience I've ever had with the only reason why I even know what it sounds like is because everyone that has a Chrysler with an Infinity system in it thinks they can go out and buy the Infinity speakers from Crutchfield and put them in there, and it'll sound better because the names match up.
Yeah.
And it sounds like total dog shit. And we've tried to fix them before.
Yeah.
You know, and keep those speakers, and I'm just like, this is not working. Can we get like, can I put anything else in here? Like anything?
Exactly. But for the sub, I could pull. So what do I need the Amp Pro if I'm just going to do a sub only? I can just use a key or a key lock or a key 500.
If you use a key 501, you're fine.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And you literally pull it off the 3.5 in the dash. It's
right. Yeah. And just run straight to it. Little power run. They already got a factory ground. I wonder if the Metro amp rack may fit this one.
I think it's the same seats.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I think it's only $50. If it doesn't fit, I can maybe modify it, make it fit, or
you cut it and bend it.
Yeah, so I think it's worth the shot.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just doing a key, you could probably just put a piece of plastic down there, bolt it to the seat. Because
you know which one I want though.
What?
I kind of want like Sony ES. They make their little 1,000 watt, but it's 500 at 2 ohms. It has the coolest looking bass knob that I can pull the plug out, the 12 volt, and put right there.
I mean, I have one
of those.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it'll interface. I don't know. I'm doubt that it has anything like a key lock or anything built.
No, it's just a straight amp.
It's straight up amp. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not anything to get excited about. I'm just like, I mean, just want some ES. I got ES.
Yeah.
They make an 8-channel and a 6-channel and a monoblock and a 4-channel and yay.
Yeah, man. I like to listen. I love knobs.
Yeah, kicker, you got to buy the knobs separately.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Just need a 3D printer, man. Just 3D print yourself a nice little.
Yeah.
Because lasers are too expensive.
That's for sure.
To an amp pro and a Blackbird, be done. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Yeah, I just feel like I can't get the level of sound I might want out of that Jeep.
How about a 350 watt per channel at 4 ohm 8-channel amplifier with DSP?
I'm gonna pass. It's as long as the whole Jeep, I'm sure too.
No. It's a normal length. Normal length.
Yeah.
It's 2,000 watts.
A little bit too much power.
Class D.
Yeah.
It's only 1 amp you need.
Yeah, 1 amp to rule them all.
Yeah.
Blow every speaker in there with ease.
I would. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Get a Moscone Pro.
Yeah, I mean, the 830 would be pretty slick, but
it's about the same size as an 830. Actually, it might even be smaller than an 830.
What is it? The Sound Digital?
No. This is Vaporware.
Yeah.
More of me asking the question because we'll talk more next week.
Okay, there we go.
It's just me asking the question. Market research. Let's just call it that. If I was to do an amplifier, maybe.
Yeah.
350 watts times 8.
Man.
So you could take channel 7 and 8 and bridge it off to a subwoofer. You have almost 1,000 watts.
Yeah.
800 watts at least. Almost 1,000. Be about 1,000 watts to your subwoofer.
Yeah.
And then you'd have 6 channels, all DSP'd, 4 outputs. So if you wanted to go out to more.
Yeah, that's a little much. I'd go 150. That'd be my ideal.
Y'all act like it's that big of an amplifier. Everyone out there wants a fucking 3K amplifier to power a goddamn set of subwoofers, okay?
I know.
So give me a break, all right? Let's all put this in perspective. It's a 2,000 watt amp. Most systems are 2,000 watts. You have a 4-channel or 8-channel, and then you have a sub amp. Your sub amps anywhere between 800 to 1,200 watts. Okay, so now you got an 800 watt highs amp. That's 2,000 watts. This is just one amp that takes care of everything. So come on, let's put it in perspective.
See Mullen? He's all in, and he says, matter of fact, let's just push it more farther.
Yeah, that's a bit channel. Well, we'll make it a 16. But I mean, that's just it. I mean, when you go, if you really think about it, it's not that big of an amplifier, because you got to remember, most of the thing is going to be power mids and highs. So it's an efficient Class D, puts out a ton of power.
Yeah.
What's the alternator putting on a Gladiator?
180 is the one I have, but you can get a 240 stock from them. Mine just, like I said, it's a base model, so I got 180.
Yeah. So yeah, you got 2,800 watts. There you go. And that's just a basic system. I mean, most basic systems are 2,000 watts. So, I mean, it ain't going in a Tesla, but everybody else out here would be fine with it. Come on, man. Man up, people.
Hey, you got to have the start-stop compatible, bro.
Well, that's easy to do. Hell, the fucking Warhorse is stop-start compatible.
I know, that's crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Y'all saw how big that 4-channel was. My God. You know? Jesus. And everyone's like, ooh, I want one of those. It doesn't even have a DSP.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. That's all we got time for tonight.
We watched a movie called Uglies.
I think it's staggered power. No, the power is staggering.
Yeah. Exactly.
You want to stagger, put a set of 8 ohms
Listen,
on it. Staggered power.
I was talking with Derek about this because a guy, he showed me before we close out, a guy got two Phoenix Gold MS series.
Yeah.
He basically welded them together.
Yeah.
And said, this is kind of like a Frank Ampenstein and all this. Derek's like, that's wild. And I was like, isn't that really what Phoenix Gold did, though?
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
So he just did it himself.
Yeah. And I think it's great. I think that's what's missing. I think cool things like that are what's missing right now.
Yeah.
Everything has become so cookie cutter, so basic, or like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I get the colors of the amplifiers. I think that's cool, but it's not really anything like, I don't know. Phoenix Gold did that because they were like, listen, we have this shit in the warehouse. We need to get rid of it. Oh, let's do this. And then all of a sudden they could sell all that shit. And it was like limited series.
Yeah.
That
was the coolest thing about Phoenix Gold. They always had limited series and it was like, oh, this is cool as hell.
Yeah.
Turns out it really wasn't that cool. It's cool to collect.
Yeah. But they only made like 10 of them. So I mean,
yeah.
Shit. But I think it'd be neat. We know that collectible car audio shit sells because I mean, we literally sold 5,000 epicenters in a matter of 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So, crazy. Yeah, we know how well that goes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's the show, guys.
That's it. If you want more nonsense, we got another show for you. Click the link.
Click on the link. All right. See ya.